The Middle East is anticipating broad cuts as a result of the shuttering of the U.S. Agency for International Development, under the supervision of Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency. The primary U.S. humanitarian aid agency has some of its biggest beneficiaries in the Middle East, where immediate impacts have hit and long-term effects are expected. Here is senior foreign reporter Nada Al-Taher with the story.
The U.S. Agency for International Development, USAid, has been directed to put its personnel on administrative leave across the world as of February 8th, after U.S. President Donald Trump ordered it to shut down. USAid has been working in the most populous country in the Middle East, Egypt, for 45 years, spending tens of billions on reducing infant and mortality rates and improving primary school-level reading among boys and girls. In Yemen, where more than 80% of the population is in need of humanitarian aid, USAid's role has been vital to focus on food, medicine, emergency care for pregnant women, and shelter kits for displaced people. In Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria, where millions of displaced people rely on USAid for food and shelter and clean water, the impact will be strongly felt.
Israel's defense minister on Thursday ordered the army to prepare for Gaza residents' departure from the enclave. The statement followed Trump's Tuesday announcement of his planned policy to take over Gaza. Defense Minister Israel Katz has ordered the army to prepare a plan to allow what he called the voluntary departure of residents from the Gaza Strip. Mr. Katz said, quote, "I welcome President Trump's bold plan. Gaza residents should be allowed the freedom to leave and emigrate, as is the norm around the world," unquote. Trump's plan garnered instant praise from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet and widespread criticism from American allies and adversaries alike. When asked who will take in the Palestinians, Mr. Katz said it should be countries that have opposed Israel's military operations in Gaza, naming Spain, Ireland, and Norway as examples, and accusing them of, quote, leveling accusations and false claims, unquote, against Israel and its war in Gaza. Spain, for one, rejected that notion. Foreign Minister José Manuel Álvarez said in an interview with Spanish radio station RNE, quote, "Gazans' land is Gaza, and Gaza must be part of the future Palestinian state," unquote. Mr. Trump's idea sparked uproar from leaders in the Middle East and around the world, and on Wednesday, the Trump administration appeared to walk back some of the suggestions from Tuesday, with Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying any transfer of Gazans would be temporary, while the White House said there was no commitment to sending U.S. troops.
And so what President Trump announced yesterday is the offer, the willingness of the United States to become responsible for the reconstruction of that area.
Iran has responded to calls for, quote, maximum pressure, unquote, on Iran, with its foreign minister's own call for maximum wisdom. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi made the statement on relations between Washington and Tehran in Trump's new term. The U.S. president had signed a memorandum earlier this week committing the U.S. to pursue policy he established during his first term in office. It's a policy that includes economic sanctions and, according to the memo, is part of a move to push Iran's oil exports to zero. Aveen Karim, assistant foreign editor, reports.
In response to this announcement of the policy of maximum pressure being reinstated, Iran's foreign minister went on Twitter and posted saying that, smart people should be using maximum wisdom. And he called Mr. Trump's policy of maximum pressure a failed experiment, saying that it didn't work last time and it won't work this time. And all it would do would be to fuel what he called maximum resistance. Iran has repeatedly said that its nuclear program is purely for peaceful purposes and is not aimed at acquiring such weapons. This would be the second time Mr. Trump pursues such a policy with regards to Iran. During his first term, what we saw under this policy was the U.S. withdrawing from the nuclear deal and implementing tougher sanctions on Iran. It's already a difficult time for Iran. It's lost a key ally in Bashar al-Assad. Its regional proxies have also been weakened after a war with Israel, and further sanctions on the country will also crush it economically.
That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and follow live updates at thenationalnews.com. Yasmin Al-Taji, The National.